In this class, let us discuss about the characteristic features of the next phylum, that is phylum Coelenterata. Let us discuss about the characteristic feature of phylum Coelenterata. In the last class, we have discussed about the features of phylum Porifera with the examples. Now, let us discuss about features of Coelenterata. Seal means cavity. Seal means cavity. Enteron. Enteron means intestine. Enteron means intestine. Coelenterata is a phylum which includes organisms having a cavity in their intestine. Cavity means empty space, presence of empty space, cavity. Cavity is present in the intestine of the organisms which were included under phylum Coelenterata. Phylum Coelenterata includes organisms having stinging cells. Organisms having stinging cells called cnidoblast. Stinging cells called cnidoblast. In the coelentrates, the stinging cells are present. Stinging cells are present in their body, and the stinging cells are called as cnidoblasts. Hence, they are also called as cnidarians or cnidaria. Coelenterata are also called as cnidaria. Phylum Coelenterata is also called as phylum cnidaria because Coelenterata have stinging cells called cnidoblasts. Cnidoblasts are the stinging cells present in the Coelenterata. Hence, they are called as cnidarians. Cnidarians, or this phylum is also called cnidaria. And they are called as Coelenterata because they have a cavity in their intestine. Because of the presence of cavity in their intestine, they are also called as Coelenterata. Then, most of the organisms are aquatic. Organisms are aquatic, but some are marine. Aquatic means they are present in water. They are present in water. In that, some are present in marine water. For example, Aurelia. Aurelia is the Coelenterata which is present in marine water. Aurelia. And some are present in fresh water. Fresh water means sweet water. Fresh water means sweet water. Some are present in marine water, salt water. Some are present in fresh water, means example hydra. They are always present in water, means aquatic. Then the word cnidaria is derived from the cnidoblast or cnidocyte. Cnidaria is the term which is derived from cnidoblast or cnidocytes. Cnidoblast or cnidocytes are nothing but stinging cells present in the body of the Coelenterata. Hence, they are also called as cnidarians. And in case of Coelenterata, cnidoblasts are present on the tentacles. Means you have studied about the structure of hydra. Structure of hydra in 10th standard you have studied. In the structure of hydra, you might have seen tentacles. These are tentacles. Tentacles. This is the structure of hydra. Usually, the nidoblast or stinging cells are present on the tentacles as well as on the body. Nidoblast, here nidoblasts are present. Consider, these are nidoblasts or stinging cells, which are present on the tentacles, and the stinging cells are present on the body surface of the cnidarians. And these tentacles or nidoblasts which are present on the tentacles or on the body surface are helpful for anchorage. Nidoblasts are also helpful for anchorage. Anchorage means attachment of the sealant platelet to the surface of another organism. Anchorage means attachment. Nidoblasts are helpful for anchorage. They are also helpful for defense and for the capture of prey. Defense and for the capture of prey. Tentacles are helpful for anchorage, defense and for the capture of prey. Defense means to protect itself from its enemy. Defense. Nidoblasts are also helpful for protect themselves from their enemies. Then capture of prey. Prey are the smaller organisms which are the food for the coelentrates. Prey is always a food for predator. Here coelentrata is a predator. In order to capture the prey, nidoblasts are helpful in case of coelentrata. Then they exhibit tissue level of organization. Tissue level of organization means group of cells are arranged into tissues and particular tissue perform particular function, and they are diploblastic, means having only two layers such as outer ectoderm and inner endoderm, and they are radially symmetrical. Radially symmetrical means any plane passing through the central axis of the body divide the organism into two equal halves. They exhibit tissue level of organization. They are diploblastic organisms and they are showing radial symmetry. Then gastrovascular system or gastrovascular system contains only one opening. Gastrovascular system contains only one opening, that is mouth. Only mouth is present. Only one opening is present in the gastrovascular system or in the gastrovascular cavity. Then digestion takes place both extracellularly and intracellularly. Digestion is both extracellular and intracellular. Means extracellular means usually in the pharynx only the extracellular type of digestion takes place. Digestion takes place both extracellularly and intracellularly. In the pharynx itself, the digestion usually takes place. Means extracellular digestion means there is no digestive system. At that time, they pour the digestive enzymes over the cell membrane of the food. Intracellular digestion means they take or they bring the food molecules into the cell, and inside the cell, digestive enzymes act on food. Extracellular and intracellular digestion, both the type of digestion takes place. Then some of the cnidarians, for example corals, some of the cnidarians have the skeleton made up of calcium carbonate. Some of the cnidarians or coelentrates are supported by the skeleton made up of calcium carbonates. That is, for example, corals. Corals made up of a skeleton, they contain skeleton which is made up of calcium carbonate. Then usually the coelenterata exhibit in two forms. They exhibit in two forms such as polyp and medusa. They exhibit two forms such as polyp and medusa. And this polyp is cylindrical shaped. It is cylindrical shaped and flat. Polyp is cylindrical shaped and it is flat, whereas medulla is umbrella shaped. Medulla is umbrella shaped and it is free swimming. It is free swimming. Polyp is cylindrical shaped, flat and it is sessile, whereas medusa is umbrella shaped and free swimming. Means polyp is like this, cylindrical shape. Tentacles are present. This is polyp. Medusa means it is umbrella shaped. It is umbrella shaped medusa, and umbrella shaped medusa is free swimming in water, whereas polyp is sessile. Medusa is free swimming. And here, polyp and medusa shows alternation of generation. Polyp and medusa shows alternation of generation. Means polyp produce medusa asexually. Means by asexual type of reproduction, polyp produces medusa, whereas medusa produces polyp sexually. Means by sexual type of reproduction, medusa produces polyp. Polyp produces medusa by undergoing asexual type of reproduction, whereas medusa produces polyp by undergoing sexual type of reproduction. This is about the characteristic features of phylum Coelenterata. Then examples: Hydra, Aurelia, are the best examples for phylum Coelenterata. Then Adamsia, I'm sorry, you can write Adamsia. This is about features and examples of phylum Coelenterata. The next phylum is phylum Ctenophora. The next phylum is phylum Ctenophora. Phylum Ctenophora. Here C is silent. Phylum Ctenophora. Phylum Ctenophora. And this Ctenophora, or the members of phylum Ctenophora, are commonly called as sea walnuts. These are commonly called as sea walnuts or comb jellies. They are commonly called as sea walnuts or comb jellies, and they are present in marine water. Marine water means salt water in the ocean, in the sea or in the ocean. They are present. That means marine water. And then they exhibit tissue level of organization. They exhibit tissue level of organization. Both Ctenophora and Coelenterata exhibit tissue level of organization, whereas Porifera exhibit cellular level of organization. Then Ctenophora are diploblastic, presence of two embryonic germ layers, outer ectoderm and inner endoderm, whereas in case of Coelenterata also they exhibit they are diploblastic animals, and Ctenophora are radially symmetrical. Ctenophora are radially symmetrical. Coelenterata, Ctenophora both are radially symmetrical, whereas Porifera is usually asymmetrical. Poriferans are asymmetrical. Then the body of Ctenophora bears 8 external rows of ciliated comb plates. Ciliated comb plates means this is the body of Ctenophora. Here they bear 8 external rows. Externally they bear 8 rows of ciliated comb plates. Like this. They bear 8 external rows. External means outside rows of ciliated comb plate. Cilia is a small hair-like structure which is helpful in the movement. It is the locomotor structure. So like that, 8 external rows of ciliated comb plates are present, and because of the presence of the ciliated comb plates, Ctenophora shows movement, locomotion. Means in case of Ctenophora, locomotion takes place by ciliated comb plates. In case of Ctenophora, locomotion takes place by ciliated comb plates. Then digestion. Digestion takes place both extracellularly and intracellularly. Digestion in case of Ctenophora takes place both extracellularly and intracellularly. Means extracellular digestion in case of Ctenophora, extracellular digestion takes place outside the digestive system, means in the pharynx. In the pharynx, digestion, extracellular type of digestion takes place, whereas intracellular type of digestion, in case of Ctenophora, intracellular type of digestion takes place in the gastrovascular canals. In the gastrovascular canals, intracellular type of digestion. In the gastrovascular canals, intracellular type of digestion takes place, whereas in the pharynx, extracellular type of digestion takes place. Means digestion takes place both extracellularly and intracellularly. Then they show a property called bioluminescence. They exhibit a property called bioluminescence. Bioluminescence. Bio means living. Luminescence means emission of light. So bioluminescence is exhibited by Ctenophora. It is nothing but it is the property of bioluminescence is the property of emission of light. Property of emission of light by living organisms. Property of emission of light by the living organism is called as bioluminescence. bioluminescence. Then sexes are separate. Sexes are separate. Sexes are separate means males and females are equal. In case of Ctenophora, sexes are not separate means you cannot differentiate the male and female Ctenophora. We cannot differentiate male and female Ctenophora means they are hermaphrodite. In case of Porifera also, sexes are not separate means they are hermaphrodite. Single organism only produces both the type of gametes. Hermaphrodite means single individual or single organism produces both male and female gametes. Then usually they reproduce by sexual method. They show sexual type of reproduction. Ctenophora show sexual type of reproduction. Then fertilization is external. Fertilization is external. Means fusion of male and female gamete takes place outside the female body. Fertilization is the fusion of male and female gamete that takes place outside the female body. Fertilization is external. Then development is indirect. Development is indirect. It shows indirect type of development. Indirect development means it exhibits larva or pupal developmental stages. Then examples. Ptenoplana. Ptenoplana hermifora. Ptenoplana hermifora. Then Pleurobrachia hermifora means sea walnut. Pleurobrachia etc. are examples of Ctenophora. Pleurobrachia. So this is about characteristic features and examples of phylum Ctenophora. Thank you.